welcome back, it's Squeaky. So today I was really out of ideas on what to talk on. So I wanted to talk about my main male OC and his trauma, which involves a species I created. These beings are called shadow ghosts. These are like powerful and evil beings who, when they died, were not able to become ghosts. As punishment for what are usually terrible crimes they commit before dying, these crimes cause the beings to become invisible creatures in the shadows that seek out to possess living beings, whether that is humans or even animals. After possession, they seek revenge on the world by taking over the beings' bodies and wreaking havoc as much as possible till they lose control of their vessel or are killed in one of the few possible ways. Usually shadow ghosts are not very visible, as they are mainly never seen. When they are seen, they are solid dark figures. These figures have extravagant features, like if the being was fairly slim before death, they would be exaggerated to have their bones showing, and so on. So they also tend to have the wounds of their death as a shadow ghost. That means if a person died of a gunshot or beheading, that this would be shown as they'd have no head or holes throughout their body. When they take over a vessel's body, they mostly keep the vessel's appearance. When taking over a body, the body's eyes seem to be replaced by a completely black substance that slowly leaks down their face, similar to tears. This substance can also leak from their nose, like a nosebleed, or from their mouths. Another appearance change is when the vessel is taken over by the shadow ghost. Usually, the shadow ghost has the power to physically change the body part, whether it's an arm, head, leg, hand, etc. When changing a part, it becomes completely black in color, still with the vessel body shape. Now it drips of black substance, like their eyes, mouth, and nose do. The vessel can change the limb to grow or form things like spikes, claws, and more. Like an arm that is taken over by a shadow ghost can now have very pointed fingertips imitating claws. As these shadow creatures cannot touch anything outside of the shadows unless possessing a vessel, they try to gain access to vessels by going through open wounds of a victim in the shadows. If a victim were in the shadows long enough for the shadow ghost to take entry, it would enter from a wound on the body. This would turn the wound black and make it a permanent scar. What if there is no wound, though? If there is no visible wound, the shadow ghosts typically have sharp claws and horns that are capable of creating a wound if they wish to gain a vessel. Now, my character who is possessed by this creature, his name is Zion, so I also want to tell about his particular instant on becoming possessed. So, when Zion was around 5 and his older brother, Kaiza, was around 7 at the time, they would play hide and seek in the woods. When Zion had to run off to hide, he had found a circle of bushes with a tree in the middle, doused in shadows. When entering the circle, he scratched his neck on a sharp branch on the tree before crouching into the shadows of the tree. That's when a shadow ghost who was hiding took a sharp claw and struck him, making the wound larger before entering his wound, turning his veins and eyes black as the child fought for power over his own body. Zion screamed in agony before passing out in the woods. His brother found him after hearing him scream and dragged him home in hopes to find help. Nothing could fix the shadow ghost now taking over his younger brother's body. So now Zion is mainly on his own and is known to have violent outbursts due to the lack of control over his own body because of the shadow ghost's possession. This also causes him to black out then and again. It allows the shadow ghost to use his body to go on monstrous rampages. hope you enjoyed knowing some facts about my OC and what makes him as terrifying as he should be. And there's definitely a lot more I've written on these beings, so if you're interested in learning even more, I will link the Google Doc I have all my information in the description. Please feel free to check out my art on my other accounts. Bye! Till next time!